I mean, I'm not trying to be a fanboy or everything, but come on, you're Roseanne Barr.
Oh, you're
Probably
sweet.
the most successful female comedian in 50 years, maybe longer. Probably.
Probably,
Yeah. Yeah.
probably like stand up.
Stand up. Yep.
But I don't really know because Amy Schumer, she says she is because she's done the movies. So she did like movies. So she says she's the most successful female stand up. But I'm like, yeah, but we mean funny.
Yes. I know Amy. Yeah, I like Amy. I'm going to pull
I
up
like her too.
that out. What was that line? Like, they said about John F. Kennedy to Dan Quayle. Was it Al Gore? Like, I like
What?
Amy Schumer. You're great, but you're no John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, you're no
She's no Roseanne Barr, but
Yeah.
nobody is. Nobody is.
Oh, you're so sweet. You know, when I'm really drunk, I really will agree with you there. When I'm really drunk and I start going off to my son, these people, but you know, try not to go there to the edge, you
Yeah.
know, because you said you quit drinking.
Yes, yes. I stopped. It was the only drug I hadn't tried was sobriety. I had done everything, and it was getting harder and harder to get anything out of it. And I'm going like, what about this thing where you don't do anything? And then it was amazing. It is, I'm literally, and I hate to say this because it sounds like a hippie thing, but I'm high. Like when I get up in the morning because I've never had mornings before. Like
Yeah.
I get up and I'm like, it's 7
I feel good.
I feel good. What is this thing? There used to be all these problems I had. Like I was like, usually I'd be depressed or anxious and all that stuff. You know, it might still pop up in here and there, but it's amazing. A lot of that moodiness and weirdness and ambivalence kind of like drifted away. And I'm actually interested in things. I didn't quit drinking because I thought like, what would I do with all that time? And it turns out you can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You can do like weird things like go for walks. I would never go for a walk. I thought that walking was for losers. Like, what are you going to walk to? Are you going for a walk? How stupid is that? And now I
Because
like,
you'd rather be sitting there drinking and
Yes.
chatting, but it's about chatting, isn't it?
You know what it is? It's like drinking was about being with your thoughts.
Yeah.
And work and hypothesizing, like it's almost like beta testing the future.
It
like,
is that.
You know,
Yeah,
and I love doing that. But at the same time, it's like I was also just avoiding things, and I was as I got more and older, I was just becoming more antisocial. Like I
Yeah.
was no longer drinking with other people. I would avoid. I was like, I'm not going to go to a bar. I have to wait for a waiter. I have to wait for a bartender. There are other people there. I just go home, get a bottle of wine. So it just became more isolational, and I decided, you know what? It's time. It's time. 2024 is coming up. I got to be ready.
Yeah, you got to fight. There's a big fight.
Yeah.
But did you get sober or did you just quit drinking?
I got sober. I mean, I didn't go to any rehab. I just, it's a click went off in my head,
Mhm.
and I just been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it for a while, but I always put it off. And then for some reason, I just decided, that's it. And that was it. And then I've been like,
Do you think it's because also you got so busy? I mean, you're doing this show
Yeah.
and you can't feel bad. You have to be able to produce, the work and
exactly,
feel good.
exactly. And you have to kind of be able to not put all your shit on other people. And when you're drinking, you do.
That's true.
And it's just like, if you're not feeling well, then no one else is either. And I
Right.
just had to like, maybe if I just tried this other drug, what would happen? And then all of a sudden it's like things are pretty good. But it was always the fear of what the rest of your life is like if you quit. Well, you can always start back.
That's what I tell myself.
Yeah.
That's how I could quit smoking. I swear to God, because I'm like, you can stop a while and then start again if you really want to.
You just don't. The line is you don't drink for today. I don't drink today. Who knows what will happen tomorrow? And then tomorrow I'll say, well, I don't drink then. And then all of a sudden you start racking up the days.
Yeah.
And pretty soon you got months and then years. I'm not at years yet, but we'll see.
How long
it
are you
seems
at?
like you're liking it and feeling good.
I'm into my 8th month.
That's good.
Yeah. So it's good. But things are going well. I am busy.
what's it like to like? I mean, because we were talking before. I mean, it's such a cultural shift, and nobody's talking about it because they don't want to talk about anything real or anything that they don't want to define what's really happening. But it's a huge cultural shift that a conservative comedy show, and it is really well written and really funny. And I like
thank
that
you.
comics can say things on there and they don't have to act like goons.
Yes.
You know, they aren't dancing with hypodermic needles and shit like that. But you know, you're saying something, and it's a cultural shift because it's more to the conservative side. And these guys, I mean, they're just drowning in unfunny.
And they're scared.
Mm-hmm.
They're scared. I do think it all came down to speech, because think about the shift. The fact that like you're no longer in this camp, and the show is successful, and they all have something in common. It's the freedom to say what you want. And once the left and liberals gave that up, we snatched it.
Yeah, we did.
We snatched it and we ran with it.
That's
and
right.
you can tell how like uncomfortable comedians of the left are when they know that there's a line they can't cross. Meanwhile, you and we can say whatever we want, and we share the risk. You get in trouble.
Yeah, we do.
You get in trouble, I will defend you. If I get in trouble, I know you will. But I mean, you know what I mean? It's like we understand that we're here to say what we think, and if that goes away, what's left to do?
Then we'll be unfunny.
Yeah.
You know what? It is like that we have the right to punch up, and they don't.
Yeah.
They got to the ceiling. It's kind of like a glass ceiling or some other kind of ceiling where they cannot punch up because they're too scared. But then they have to punch down.
Yeah.
And it's never funny to punch down. I mean, sometimes it is.
They accuse
if you're fat or drunk or something.
They accuse us of punching down when we go after any kind of identity group, which I believe is punching up.
I do too.
Because anybody that professes that they have a higher, I don't know, they have rights because they're victims.
Well, that they have the high moral ground when they don't.
Yes. And so, like, they go, how dare you? You know, I do a lot of stuff on trans, and they go, you're punching down. I go, no, I'm not. They have more rights now, according to the left.
That's right.
Right? You know what I mean? If a man can go swimming against women in college sports, I think he has more rights.
Well, a man against girls.
Exactly.
And it's like, so to me, it's like such a continuation of the worst of patriarchy that you could come to.
Do you know?
But they don't even see it because they're so brainwashed, because the left really thinks it controls thought and language.
Mm-hmm.
And so all they do is vomit up meaningless bullshit that nobody thinks is funny.
Oh, you see